With Pittsburgh Modular synthesizers. I'm here with Synthtopia, and we're really excited to finally show our new analog mono synth, the Microvolt 3900. We've been working on this synth for over a year now. We've always been fans of the classic mono synths, and we wanted to sort of revitalize that feel in a synthesizer and bring our circuitry into it. Maybe bring some of our modules and bring in some new stuff that we haven't done before. So we have it in a full steel enclosure. There's a nice walnut front here that's stained. Everything is pre-patched so you can play with just a MIDI controller and your speakers. But you do have a full patch bay here with 39 points. You have access to the inputs and outputs of everything here. So it starts with an analog oscillator. It has several different waveforms that you can blend in this mixer here. We've decided to add a wave folder to give you some nice rich harmonics. We really wanted to explore some sonic textures and some sort of grittiness and aggression with this synth. So you begin with a nice wave folder. You can blend those in and out. We have two versions of a sine wave, a regular sine and then the harmonic sine, which adds a little more harmonic content. You can blend in some noise. You can blend in an external audio source. We have a lot of gain in the external audio input, so you can overdrive your signal or bring up very low-level signals if you like. Once that's all mixed, you go into the binary filter. This is our signature filter that we've had in our line for some time. It's in the SV1, it's in a module. It has a very kind of creamy, smooth sound to it. We decided to add a secondary mode that's a little more aggressive, a little stronger resonance in it, so you can just switch in between very aggressive resonance if you're looking to get something a little grittier. That feeds into the VCA. This is sort of the keystone of the synth. We decided to go with a low-pass gate style VCA. In VCA mode, it is a standard VCA, gives you the same response you would expect. It's attached to this 4-stage ADSR here. And then if you like though, you can pop it into low pass gate mode and get some very plucky sounds. You can also adjust the decay time to give you as much percussion or ring as you want out of the device. So in a sense, you actually have two filter sections. Finally, that all comes out to the main output section. And we've added a dedicated overdrive circuit so you can really get it nice and gritty and aggressive. So that's all controlled by this section down here. We have a Midi section. Takes standard Midi through our adapter here. You can go up and down through octaves really easily. You also have a built-in Arpeggiator. Tap tempo, you can do MIDI clock or external clock if you like. You can do transposition. And there's also a sequencing mode where you can type in your notes and add rests if you like to have a more complex sequence going. We have several different modulation sources. There's a 4-stage ADSR. We've added a lot of length to each stage so you can really get nice, long, swelling sounds, but it still has a very plucky attack, so you can get very percussive sound. There's a function generator, which is tied to the filter by default, but like I said, everything is accessible through the patch bay. The function generator will cycle itself. So you can get sort of interesting rhythmic devices, or you can do a secondary LFO with it. Finally, we have a dedicated LFO and a sample and hold circuit, which we've combined into a single modulation source. So you can blend between the two. You can have one, the other, or a blend of the two. And by default, that runs into the wave folder and the pulse width to give you some really complex harmonic and textured sounds. Well, we were going for a semi-modular feel with this. We wanted it to make it very approachable for newcomers or someone who just wants to perform live. And so we started with a very standard patch of oscillator, mixer, filter, VCA. So by default, you can just get into it, but you do have access to the individual waveforms, to the individual modulation destinations, as well as all the sources. And we even have a little CV mixer down here, which will allow you to combine modulation sources and add offset. This will even give you a dedicated static control voltage that you can apply to anything. You can dial in the amount of voltage that you need for a particular thing. So like a lot of our gear already, we wanted to make it very approachable, but also very deep. So on the surface, it's a very rich mono synth, but as you dig into it, you can start repatching, modulating other modulation sources, and really get some very rich sounds out of it. So this will be shipping in, I believe, March or April. Be retailing for $629, and it will be available through all of our dealers then. If you'd like to learn more about this, go to Synthtopia or go to pittsburghmodular.com.